GYMDAD Fitness. Today I am truly GYMDAD Fitness as I am wearing my 7-week-old to give a review of Core Labs Hyperpower. And I don't know if I'm the best reviewer, but I'll be the first reviewer to wear a baby as I give a review of a pre-workout like this. And the reason I'm wearing baby, wife just got from the gym, and this pre-workout is too damn important, too damn good to not get a review in. And wife's got to make dinner, so I'm like, strap me in. I got a review, and someone needs to hold this baby. So this is what we're gonna do. So bear with me. Baby's getting nice and sleepy right now, so I might be rocking back and forth as we do this. So this Hyperpower, let's first cover the flavor and the weigh-in. Scooper is this is a 1 scoop, 2 scoop, and like we've seen with these pre's, you want to gram these things out. And before I get into this, this comes from highstempreworkouts.com. In order to keep our pre-workouts nice and secure and away from just unintended users, you now will need to create a login, but this is completely free. It almost kind of creates it like, I think it's kind of cool, almost like an exclusive, like club members only type vibe. So like some of the general items will be available on the main webpage. It just keeps the unintended users away from getting a hold of these. Adds a little bit of a barrier to entry, while at the same time not making you guys have to pay some sort of subscription fee to obtain the products. But anyway, so you'll have to create a free login and use that login to get into the site to see all these pre's, like the Stim Daddy bundle with the IR8, Venom, Hyperdose, and I believe Game On is the 4th one in the Stim Daddy bundle. I'd have to double check myself on that one, but I think it is Game On. I can't remember, but either way, it's a hell of a foursome combo. But anyway, so this is Hyperpower, and Hyperpower right here is rumored to be this guy in return. This was the very first one I hit on review. Shout out to Zach and Justin that jumped on for the guest review, and I really didn't know what to think of this one. The only person who had ever hit it at the time was Mr. Remix Everything. Go subscribe to his channel, one of my good friends in the Stim Junkie community. Mr. Remix told me a little bit about this one. Very, very interesting product. Insane focus, good Euphoria. He kind of compared it to like the same family of like Smash AMF, but like it said like the tunnel vision focus wasn't as great. And I really enjoyed Ashes. Ashes was it was great power output. It was a mixture of focus, power output, and Euphoria, like all in the one. Like it just kind of encompassed everything you really wanted in a pre-workout, while at the same time, like it wasn't overkill. I mean, I never ran this thing at the full 2 scoop dosage, which is 15.5 grams. But I believe Zach and Justin did. If you ever want to go back and check that review, those guys have a bit more of a Stim Junkie tolerance than I do. I kind of stayed to the 13 gram mark seems to be my sweet spot for these pre's. And so I ran this one at 10 and at 13, and I really, really enjoyed it at 13. And that's kind of how I went with when I ran Hyperpower. So we'll get into the label breakdown, and I got them right here back to back just to confirm if there's any differences. And overall, the flavor was horrendous. It's berry explosion. I've noticed that with all these pre's, anytime berries involved, it's disgusting. The lemonade explosion on Ashes was actually pretty decent. It wasn't bad at all. Everything that doesn't have berry in it seems to be bearable. But the berry, this is pretty damn nasty. Still not as bad as IR8, but it's probably the next worst one I've had. But that's what we're not really expecting flavors. I just want to know, like, whatever laboratory this is made in, who's in charge of the flavoring system. He probably just laughs his ass off when he makes these flavors and designs them up. Like, oh man, they're gonna be puckering up good on this one. But anyway, so the flavor's not great. I never really grammed out exactly what a scoop is, just because this one's a 1 scoop 7.75 to 15.5, and I kind of find my sweet spot right in the middle. So I ran this one at 13 grams. Like I did with Ashes, and then at 14 grams. So I have 2 runs on this thing. And first, let's get into the label breakdown real quick. And this is just an insane prop blend. And if you watched any of these reviews, the labels are kind of like, they're a little wacko. Some of them claim absolutely nothing flashy on label, and they're exact mimics of other products. Like I think there's been multiple ones that have literally snatched the Smash AMF label and replaced it on theirs. There's been ones like that have just replicated the Firestorm label and replaced it on theirs, and they all kind of hit a little bit differently. So it's not like the situation where it's like, same goods, new packaging. And at the same time, that was my big worry in all these pre's, is what if it's just the exact same product just a new sticker. But I mean, if you as a consumer, yeah, that's frustrating because you might have a lot of Firestorm, but at the same time, like Firestorm hits, so at least you have double of hitters, and you don't have like a bunk product like a Predator or a Terminator or a Mamba Rage, which I haven't got around to reviewing. Just some of the ones I've thought big claims that don't live up to the hype whatsoever. And so anyway, first off, they both it's the exact same thing except for the nitric oxide system has a little bit less in hyperpower. So if you're really buying this product to increase your nitric oxide, you're in the wrong place. But just note, it looks like it's 0.5 grams less of complex. So it's a complex of beta-alanine, citrulline, arginine, agmatine, silicate, GPLC, ALC, and L-carnitine. And then the cellularized volumized ATP complex, it's the exact same thing, except for, this is 500 more milligrams. So if you're into the cell volumerizer complex, looks like this one, they put a little more focus on the cell volumizer for this one. This is the D-creatine malate, creatine HCl, creatine nitrate, creatine O-phosphorate, agmatine sulfate, which I think there's arginine above, 2 different types of arginine above, so that's the first time we've seen agmatine, glycerol monstrate, beta cyclodextrin, and L-taurine. And then we have the neuroenergizer stimulation ignition system, and if you know, you know. We're gonna start being a little more protective of these things. So we want to keep the hitters in the market. So we'll just go through some of these really quick. N-acetyltyrosine, glucoactine, methylthene anhydrase, which is caffeine, DMAE bititrate, and I will tell you how much caffeine I think is in this one. 370 andro, 2 amino, 1,3, some amp, synephrine, HCl, methylhordenine HCl, methyltyramine, octafine HCl, alpha GPC, theanine, nargine, pepperine, and grapeseed extract. And then there's electrolyte Vita support matrix, which if you're buying this thing for electrolytes, I feel really bad for you. So anyway, we're just flying through the label because we want to hear the story. We want to hear the experience. Go throw this thing in the chat GPT if you want exact chemical breakdown of what each item is, because you can cut these labels off and throw them in the trash for all I care. Anyway, so the hyperpower, let's get into the effects time. So like I mentioned, first off, I want to say, I ran this, I do not suggest, but I was curious just to see the effects the day after and see how much of a decrease in effects that would occur. So when I ran Vendetta, I ran this one the next day. So I ran Vendetta at 3 in the afternoon and ran this one the next day. I want to say it was like noon. And amazing workout still. Saturday workouts, amazing workout, good solid A-, but extreme diminishing returns. And I've noticed this with multiple products. I did the same thing with Venom when I first got the thing, and Venom was the first one I ran it the next day just to see if the juice was worth the squeeze. Now, don't do this. This isn't recommended, and you're not going to get as good of effects that second day around, but for research purposes and review purposes, I wanted to see what it was like. And so after running that, it was a good solid workout. I hit shoulders. It ran it at 13 grams. But it just was missing something, that next gear, that Ashes, the first time I ran had. And so anyway, the next run waited 4 days to kind of like let my glands heal up. And I ran some daily drivers, ran, pretty smooth hitting pre's. I got my crack reloaded review out, hit that a few times. And anyway, this one was completely different. I went ahead and upped it to 14 grams, and it came in, the focus comes in. You feel the flip switch, but it's not like overwhelming. Like I remember when I took Venom or ANIR8, it was like literally like a snap of the fingers. You are like locked in, just insanely focused, like on everything. Just a step under a smash AMF type focus. This one doesn't quite have that. It's a subtle buildup. You feel the focus start kicking in. It's not as dirty of an energy as like IR8. Like it was almost like that crack purple, like not the alpha yo urgency, just like that insane amount of like get up where you feel like you need to go, you need to get to the gym. Like yes, this is gonna kick you in the ass a little bit and get you rolling, but it's nothing like IR8 in that regard. It's not like scary, it's not dirty feeling when it's coming in. And it slowly builds and it builds and it builds until about the 45-minute mark. And this is how I know this is a damn good pre. So I came into the gym today. I trained shoulders on the first time. Shoulders, if you guys watch my reviews, I love training. I'll train shoulders over anything else. Over not training at all. But if I have to pick my least favorite, it would be shoulders. So I usually save my fastball for shoulders day. And so I was planning on hitting back today. And as this thing was coming in, about 30 minutes in, man, I've had this overwhelming feel of just like good vibes, aggression, power output, like feeling going on in my body. Like I just wanted to move weight in a way that like it wasn't like heart racing, like I need to go. It was cool, calm, and collected, but just enough slap and locked in focus. And so I completely did an audible, and I'm like, we are not wasting this fastball on back, because back I can hit back with a daily driver. I love back so much. I could hit that thing with anything. And so I'm like, why would I waste hyper power on a workout that I can, save a daily driver for? And so I switched gears and decided to hit shoulders, which, I mean, if you know, like I've had really good pre's will do that to you. You kind of get in your head like, okay, I wasn't planning on hitting shoulders today. It's probably one of my least favorite things to train, but I'm doing it because this pre is hitting so well. And like, I just need to move weight, and I knew I needed to do something push wise. And so like it got the workout going, got my shoulder press rolling, and it was unbelievable. Just feeling so happy, so well. This thing is a true. I'm tired of people going at these pre's and reviewing them like they're damn drugs. This is a workout enhancer. I'm not just calling out like other YouTube reviewers, things like that. Just like I keep to myself when I see other reviews and things like that. But one of the things that kind of grinds my gears is when people kind of like focus on the highness and the buzz and not the actual workout itself. Well, this is a workout enhancer and increaser. This thing had me feeling damn good. I was moving weight. I felt like I could lift anything on that bar that day. Almost like I would say it had like a firestorm like aggression as far as weights, but then like it wasn't like it had the firestorm feel of putting up any number that was going to be on that bar, but yet it had like the undertone of a more of a happy buzz and smooth pre. Like it didn't feel as like physically exhausting as like Firestorm did. Like I love Firestorm too, don't get me wrong, but that was a power output pre that felt like you were just like in fast forward. This one, things are slower, they're slowing down, they're cool, calm, and collected. They're not as spooky, and this is at 14 grams too. But at the same time, like you were ready to move some iron. And like this is when I know this pre is good and in your feels. I saw one of the personal trainers at the gym. He was looking a little down. So like I told him, early on in my fitness journey, I had a personal trainer because my dad did taxes for one, and so he signed me up for him to help him out. And it always like that's what kind of inspired me for lifting, because I was deathly afraid of the gym. Like I wanted to be nowhere near it. And so I went and stopped and told this guy, like, what you do is really important. Like I told my story and how, if it wasn't for a personal trainer, I wouldn't be where I was today. And like his demeanor completely switched. It made me feel good. It made him feel good. I feel like in the gym, the camaraderie, everyone kind of has these energy shields, like energy, like, the auras about them. And this is one of these ones that you want to bring everybody up with you in the gym. Justin's talked about this before, when you have pre-workouts that get you in your feels. This is one of these ones you want everybody to get on your level of positivity. And the whole workout kind of felt like that. It's not like I was locked in the zone focus, but there was little things here and there where like I'd have a quick conversation with someone and just try to bring a positive vibe and positive attitude. It's one of these ones that isn't like a recluse type pre. You want to just like it makes everything better. It's an overall workout enhancer. It's a mental, like euphoric type buzz, but at the same time, it's not like, bottle rocket to the sky, dark energy, happiness style. Not claiming anything like that. It's just an overall extremely well-rounded, smooth experience. And do I think it's the same as Ashes, the original one right here? I think it's pretty damn close. I think there's going to be a lot of debate. I think it's different than hyper dose. I will say that. Hyper dose to me was, I think it was a little. This one's still a little bit more on the like, I wouldn't say just overall like bubble side, like bottle rocket to the sky. Hyper dose to me felt like just a little bit smoother, and I ran that one a heftier dose. I want to say it was like 15 or something like that. This one's still like I think that Ashes and Hyperdose are different, and this is as close as I've felt to Ashes. So I want to say, I'm tempted to say it's the exact same thing, But you know, I think to his own. I think everyone will have debate, but in the end, like, you know, who gives a crap if it is ashes or isn't ashes? It provided a damn good workout. I do think it's different than hyperdose. I know a lot of people say like, oh, but the textures are the same powders, and that you know, it smells the same. Well, these all do. These all have the same texture and all have the same smells. And like I've mentioned before, I'm gonna throw a chart up on the screen. We'll get it right here. I'm gonna make this thing for you guys. I'll try to add a whatever one I review, I'll throw it on there. But this is gonna be like a graph. I have no idea what it's gonna end up looking like, but I'll make it after I record and get it for you. We'll have a little line charts, and we'll have pre's that are like more bubble-like, tunnel vision, like almost like a illicit type feeling higher up on it, and then we'll have a horizontal line showing the Euphoria level and show you where this one falls. But all in all, how I'd score this one. Euphoria, red bars, absolutely perfect. Sense of urgency, 9 out of 10. Raw energy, 9 out of 10. I think the caffeine's probably around 300 to 350. It's not very caffeinated. I'll say that right now, that I'm firmly believe it's nothing, not over 400, that's for sure. And then there's no alpha yo, that's another thing too. So the sense of urgency and overall, you know, what was I say? The overall sense of urgency and then raw energy is both 9s out of 10s, which I think for a product like this, it's kind of nice to have in situations like that where you don't feel like you can just really enjoy and appreciate the buzz of the pre, the happiness, the good vibes, the focus, and without feeling like overstimulated and over caffeinated. So I actually prefer the way they did it. Pumps, hardly anything in it for pumps. Go ahead and stack a pump product on it. I hate when people are like, oh man, if you stack a pump on it, you're gonna mess with the pre-workout experience. It's like, no one's ever had lion's mane so strong that it like messed with one of these sticky label pre's. It's like, come on, that's freaking ridiculous to think that a pump product with a little bit of nootropics is gonna affect your experience with this. It's like, let's go ahead and whoever said they were too pumped for a workout, and so go and stack some pumps on it with these microdose pre's. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you want one from highstim.com, the Vaso Gold strongly suggests that one's freaking awesome by Black Flag. And so a bit low score for pump, 2 or 3. I didn't get the same vascular action I did. Also, they got the Tadafil there too on the peptide side if you want to check that out. It's on the peptide website, but the Tadafil helps the pumps too as well if you've ever tried. You know, if you know, you know. And flavoring to Euphoria, I think I mentioned this one already, 10 out of 10 red bars. Tunnel vision, bubble-like focus. We'll give this thing a good solid full green bars. But like a full red bar would be smash. I've seen people say like whatever the note is and smash is the exact same thing in ashes, and I'm not a believer in that. I think that smash is still next level focus, and that this still seems to feel smoother, less dirty, and more euphoric. So I'm more inclined to say this is closer to the hyperdose side than it is to the smash side. So I do think this is very similar to the hyperdose, but I still feel like they're slightly different in the way they come in and go about the overall pre-workout experience. And so overall, this scores amazingly well. Awesome product. Like I said, highstimpreworkouts.com if this one sounds like one for you. And we'll just give it to baby Evelyn right here. She's killed it for this review. Been good the whole time. She's starting to swarm, so I got to go. But like, subscribe, and check out the next review.